Who's muted now? Motherfucker. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna. OBS Streamlabs fucking most incomprehensible audio layout. I do say. Okay? I'm not gonna try and recover it. The start of the stream was awful. And look, I'll be real with you. It's only going downhill from here. If you're expecting a quality stream today, that was the best bit of the stream. And everything else from here, yeah. 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 Look, I looked in the mirror before this stream. I saw the way my facial hair is. I saw the eye patch. Do we just want to do like a solid 7 minutes of Metal Gear Solid jokes, or can we just move straight past it? That's entirely up to you guys. Yeah. Okay. Oh, looks like we're going for it. Okay. Let's dive in. What do people got? Do you keep up with American EU comics? Not really, but I will try sample some select cuts on occasion. When are you fighting the Tigrex? Yeah, punish John. That's yep. Um. It's always Levy, currently recovering from a motorcycle accident. This is the highlight of my week so far. Thanks for that, Wolf. Oh, thank you, Levy. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. When I was like on my side for 2 weeks and someone would upload a video, I'd be like, oh, an internet friend. So no, I understand. Kozanagi, you look like a shady bartender. That is a massive compliment. Thank you. Masquerade, thank you for becoming a member. Roostdeuce, thank you for the subscription. Swift the Kobold, thank you for the subscription. Connie McSig, thank you for the raid. And Tet's Jacket, thank you for the subscription. Is my point. Hideo Kojima slander incoming. Hey, I got no beef with old Kajumbo. Some might say I quite like Kajumbo's output. Daiquiri Jack, did you get a chance to play Yasmin yet? Not properly. I put hands on. I tried her. I liked everything I was seeing. I hear people in Master Rank complaining about her. I don't care. I think she seems really fun. But yeah, looking for it. Bro looks like the villain of the week for a Toku show where his gimmick is that he's a white guy from a different country. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Benji Caking Panda. That was strong. Okay, I got to admit that's strong. From Subice 2158, John. This is my first Friday Street. Welcome, Subice. And let's be real, possibly last. You don't know what's gonna happen. Roostoo, summer got me in bed all day without surgery, so I feel for you. How many frogs did you eat today? There's a snake eater reference. Have you ever considered flipping the eye patch on your Twitch icon so it matches you? No, I have not. I feel like if I encourage this any more than has already happened, it's going to become a forever thing, and that's scary. DSD Vinny, thank you for the subscription. I'm so happy you're on the mend. Yeah, no, it's great. I've been like going for walks every day to try and like up my fitness, and it's crazy because like when you have to lie down for 2 weeks, like your body just atrophies. Like you're just a weak little fucking baby, you know? And I found myself thinking today, oh boy, with a couple more weeks exercise, I could have the strength of a normal person. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, which is not something that I like. Flip the camera. How do you guys know the camera isn't already? Because yeah, okay. That is so delayed. I'm just catching up. I'm just. John, changing your name to Super Regular Wolf to avoid the curse. Do free squats. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not allowed to do anything that like strains You know when you lift weights and you're like, I'm not allowed to do even that because any strain raises the eye pressure, and I have to keep the eye pressure low. Which means like the only fucking exercise I can do is running and walking. I'm not even allowed to do yoga because yoga has like stretching and straining, and I'm not allowed to do that. So if any of my foes wanted to defeat me in bare-fisted combat, I would say the next couple of weeks are your opportunity. Um, that's what's gonna do it. No jostling the eye. Yeah, I'm surprised running is possible. Yeah, it's weird because skipping is not possible, but running is. But then when you think about it, like with running, like you can run easy for like 40 minutes without any real strain, and like I kind of get it because I used to run more long distance, and we'll probably start again now. Um, would definitely still defeat me, I bet. I have no idea, Neon Icy. Okay, with that attitude, absolutely. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you could defeat a one-eyed, crippled anime YouTuber. Crippled isn't it? A one-eyed, laid up anime YouTuber with all the physical strength and stamina of a newly born giraffe. Okay, I believe in all of you. I think most people in the chat could probably kick my ass a little bit right now, and I wouldn't say that every week, but for this one and maybe next one, absolutely. So, if you have an issue with me, if you're still pissed about the Bleach video, now's the perfect time. Now is the perfect time to whoop my ass, I would say. Um you've trained, you beat my ass every time, even in a weakened state. I mean, who is to say? Um think Wooly has had some powder in his glove. I don't know. I need to go back and I need to check the footage of the fight between me and Wooly and see if he hit me in the left side of my face. Because if he did, then it's fair to say that it's his fault the eye is fucked. So yeah, we'll see. Hello, Super Notions Wolf. Got a billboard in Times Square now, do you? Must be nice. Okay, so do you know how real that sentence is? I have not told any of my Irish friends about the billboard in Times Square because I know all that awaits for me is scorn. Okay, I've told one person. I've told one person about it because that person doesn't tend to begrudge, but I have not told a single other person about it because it's like because that's going to be a thing. Um, can you do any other martial arts even? I mean, I could do non-contact martial arts, but I don't super want to. Is the Times Square billboard notions? I don't know that you could have the only thing that implies more notions in a person than having a billboard in Times Square is informing other people that you have a billboard in Times Square. Like the way I can play it right now, I can kind of be like, Wooly wanted it and the opportunity came along to Patreon. I didn't really see a need for it, but sure, whatever. That's the only way I can play this to escape notions. But if I go up to someone and I go, "Oh hey, something really cool happened recently. I got a billboard in Times Square." Um that is like I feel like other Irish people might have been looking at me for the last like 8 years and wondering how I could even possibly get any more fucking notions about myself. That's it. That's how. Um Absolutely knew he'd never tell anyone. It's true. It's true. Yeah. Um what should we have played for the watched about Silent Hill so we don't get spoiled for the new videos? I would say the original version of 2 you should play if you want to go into this video with zero spoilers. But I would also say, unless you care about being spoiled about the movies, and you really should not care about that. But can you tell us about the billboard? If I tell you guys about the billboard, are you gonna accuse me of having notions? Because I kind of feel like you are. Okay, look, it's not that big a thing. It's not like a huge deal. But you check over on my blue sky. Let me just. Da-da. You will notice a couple of young thugs here are on the Patreon billboard in Times Square. Patreon reached out to us, and they were like, "Hey, you guys are great. Thanks for making us a bunch of money. You want to be on a billboard?" And we were like, "Sure." And that's pretty much how that happened. Even as I talk about it, you can feel me downplaying it because I am so terrified of the notions. So yeah, that that's not your guys' fault. That's growing up in Ireland's fault. Just the idea of Wooly bragging about it proudly to everyone, and John just being like, "Yep." I know. Wooly is so excited about it, which makes me so happy. And I will put it on like Instagram at some point, but yeah. Caddis, couldn't get a billboard a little closer to home, could you? No, no. Do you want to know the one wild thing? The Irish media has never acknowledged me in any form whatsoever. I'm Ireland's like I'm one of the Ireland's biggest YouTubers. There's definitely like a couple of people bigger than me, but not like many at all, and like very few individuals. But no, there's no billboards in Ireland celebrating old Eye Patch Wolf, let me tell you. And rightly so. Since you recently played Link to the Past, I would recommend Super Metroid. That game hasn't aged a day. Actual timeless masterpiece. Yeah, no, I actually do want to check that out at some point. Henry Street not good enough for you. I would love a billboard in Henry Street. I would love it. But I mean, if I was on a fucking billboard in Henry Street, like Irish people would look. So here's how Irish people would look at me on a billboard in Henry Street. Like I would ruin their day. You know, I already do. I can see the looks when I walk down the street now. It just it happens. Ireland's most popular export. Oh God. Yeah. The Drag King Cobra, man, yet another Friday where I'm off to a gig and can't watch. I need to stop having a life. LMAO. Drag King Cobra, what is it this time? Is it like a musical of like Edward Scissorhands? I tried to make something up, but I think maybe I just regurgitated something you told me in the past. No, the last one was Beetlejuice. So no, I think I got you. See, I can get you guys sometimes. Victorond, thank you for the subscription. Are you gonna run for president next? No, because the Irish public wouldn't. They wouldn't go for this. They don't like they don't this like Irish people are like fairly cool and fairly progressive for the most part, but this is too much. The tattoos, the bleached hair, the occasionally sleeveless, like the sleeveless vest shit. That's worse than anything. Like that's practically a sin over here. Are there any channels for more highlights of horror games on this channel? It's been a bit. Yeah, no. So I do really want to get back to playing horror games because I love playing horror games on stream. I'm not quite there health wise or visually, and I mean that in two reasons. One, my eyesight's still just a little bit too fucked for like most video games right now, especially anything like fast moving. I'm back to playing like XCOM, back on my XCOM bullshit, because I can basically just play that as slowly as I want. But also stamina is like still very up and down. So I'm still not able for like a full stream yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm hopeful maybe next week we can go back to playing stuff on stream. I did have some activities planned for this stream though. There's one or two weird little internet oddities I kind of want to explore with you guys. So we're gonna do that later. But I kind of just want to hang out and catch up right now. Victoron, thank you for the subscription. And Hex Wolf, thank you for the 3 gift subs. Hey John, do you think if you were named Super Tall Wolf that you would have gotten taller instead? Okay. So, guys, there's one thing that I forgot to tell you guys about my surgery. And that is that I was measured by a medical professional who recorded my height. My exact height, okay? Without shoes, according to a medical professional, I am 174 centimeters. All right? Do you know what that translates to in feet? 5 foot 8.5. I'm 5 foot 8.5. I'm above the world average. I'm not short. I'm okay. Look, Mia Windmills in the chat. Such a colossus. There you go. Finally, we can put it to rest. No, it's not 5. It's not 5. It's not 4 foot 11. Oh my god, I'm taller than you, John. No, okay, that's not that. You don't understand, right? I'm square. I'm like boxy. I have an imposing physical presence in real life. I do. God, I don't need the fucking extra inches. All right. I'm like an imposing cube, okay? I'm like, yeah, it's... Yeah, okay, someone made a good point. It's a little mean, but it is fair. Yes, I do look like a blocky PS3 model. That's not unreasonable. Anyone got some inches to donate to this poor kid? It's not that short! It's not that short! I'm 5'5", and I have seen that you could kill me in a fight. And I think especially with grappling, definitely with grappling, people overestimate height. I have killed people 6'5", and I have got my ass handed to me by people under 5 foot. Genuinely. You're as tall as my wife. It's cute. Look, you know who I'm taller than? Vegeta, Levi, Wolverine. Okay, those. I don't want to do. Really don't. Just wanted to set the record straight. Um, my God, can we please get fan art of John as an imposing cube? I shouldn't have said that. Goku is 5'8". See? See? Um, John could beat up Jonah Hill. Yes, nearly definitely, but I kind of want to do a video about the Jonah Hill stuff because it's interesting. It's weird. I think that guy that's a weird dude. Jonah Hill is a weird dude. And I feel kind of bad for him in some ways. Um but yeah, it's weird. But I beat up Jonah Hill absolutely, but that's not very hard, I don't think, right now. He'll probably get good. Like he's like a blue belt, and he has infinite resources and time because he's very famous. So he can just train as much as he wants. Give him like a year or like 2 years, and maybe some striking training. Then he'd probably kick my ass. Um, Ex trainer Evie having a rough day at work. Appreciating the amount of notions here. Happy you're doing well. Oh, stop. Thank you, ex trainer Evie. Prince Yuki, thank you for the resubscription. Or say 6, thank you for the subscription. He's the most fascinating actor in Hollywood history. Have you seen the meme about Jonah Hill getting emasculated by that one French interviewer all those years ago? I love it. Is that the one? Hang on, let me find it because I think this is yeah. I know this one, and I actually don't like. John, the U.S. Army measured me at 5'8.5", and I've stood next to you in photos more than once. And someone, oh, it's not me. I can only tell you what the medical doctor said I was. Okay, cold kinetic heat. Um, 9248. Yeah, I think like it really depends where you're getting tattooed. I've gotten some really like relaxing tattoo sessions in my day, and I've got some that absolutely fucking killed. Um, so yeah, it depends. But then I know tattoo like the pain is really random for different people, and it seems to have very little to do with your general pain threshold. But I've no. I know you guys can't see this at the moment. Sorry, guys. I want to find. Okay, yeah, here it is. Hmm. So yeah, this was like Jonah Hill on some like French film talk show. A lady is talking to him. Like, I have a fantasy with you, Jonah Hill, in which we. I know there's no sense. Fantasy is not grappling. If you don't like being touched, not grappling. I think you'll just find it hell. It might be a way to get better at that. Like, it might be a way to kind of get more used to it. But I would say Muay Thai or boxing are your way to go. You're still gonna get touched, like you're gonna get pinged with like jabs and stuff. But so much of grappling is learning not to be claustrophobic with another human body smothering you. So yeah, that. Anyway, really, actually, my fantasy is we both go into a hotel room at the night and we discuss things. You make me laugh. And all of a sudden, you bring in your friends DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. Then you leave. And I thought this was shitty. Like, I didn't think that was funny. I thought that's like just an objectively very cruel thing to say to someone. And it's like, it's cruel about the dude's appearance. You know, it's cruel because he's not like a fucking film star, good looks, even though he is a film star. It's about him being like fat. It's about like that. And I just thought, like, that is incredibly, incredibly weird. And even up to that point, like, you can see how uncomfortable the dude is in the interview. And this isn't me saying Jonah Hill doesn't come across as, like, occasionally extremely awkward and kind of a little bit embarrassing, but I just thought that was fucking mean. Like, I really didn't like that. Um so yeah, that was my thoughts on that clip. That's a pretty sick burn. I feel like that's a sick burn though, coming from a buddy, or like that kind of joke coming from someone you're comfortable with. Not necessarily from a stranger on national television. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think that was really shitty. And I'm saying this as someone who doesn't like Jonah Hill. Like, I watched this movie about him and his psychiatrist, and I did not like it. I saw his interview where he was talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it had me like, oh, Jesus Christ, this fucking dude. I just thought it was mean, you know? Um, but yeah, Jonah Hill is an asshole. Fully accept that the guy might be an asshole. I still think that is like, it's just not cool to do to another person, you know? Like, it's trying to humiliate them. Um, Between Pitt and DiCaprio, I wouldn't take offense. No, I don't agree with that. I think the guy seems to be needs to work on his mental health, seems to be battling some insecurities. Absolutely. Like, absolutely. And I think that is what kind of radiates out of that clip of him talking about Brazilian Jiu Jitsu being like, oh, would fuck anyone up. Anyway, I'm going to do a regular Eye Patch Wolf video about it at some point. Um, Hey John, I used to do a radio production and have recently started my first video essay. I got lots of experience in audio, advice for engaging with visuals and assets. So I would say this advice is pretty much good for anyone trying their first time in literally anything. And that is that it doesn't matter and don't worry about it. It's not going to be very good compared to what you can do in a year or 2 years or 3 years if you stick with it. So don't beat yourself up. You're gonna watch it back and be like, "This fucking sucks." It doesn't fucking suck. You're just new, so just do that. And yeah, try and think about it like from the perspective of like your audience. You know, try and view it outside yourself, and you know, be critical, but be proud that you're actually doing it. But yeah. Bruce Deuce, just YOLO and chill. Learn what you can, but don't beat yourself up. Absolutely. I completely get the feel. I completely get feeling insecure and having mental issues, but I just wish guys wouldn't make it a woman's problem so often. Absolutely, Natty. I think so often dudes will transplant their own insecurities onto women and just be like, women are the fucking problem. I don't think that's what that clip was, but I 100% get what you mean by that. How do you get used to listening, editing, listening to your own voice? With enough time, you get used to like literally anything. I still see myself on camera and stuff sometimes, and I'm still like, oh, you know, like you're never gonna get over that, like, or I don't call it self-loathing. That's too strong a word. There is something cringe-inducing about seeing and hearing yourself, especially when you're trying something that isn't working. Like, whenever I cut up the audio for my videos, that first pass, I'm always like, you dumb motherfucker. You know what I mean? Guys, I wanted to watch a trailer that's like looked called False Memory. I watched like 2 seconds of it and I was like, I want to watch this on stream. Trailer for False Memory, animated series by Studio Trumbull. Are you the weird thing we're looking at? Hey! Check this out. Let me know if you guys should have sound. This should work. Yep. Oh, what is this music? Oh, I like this music a lot. Muted. No sound. Weird. Okay. I see them. How about now? Apparently it's based off an indie comic from 2020. Oh, that music! Visual sick as well. What is this fucking music? Yeah, absolute FLCL vibes.
你竟然选择记忆这么脆弱的东西，它们都会被时间摧毁的。
Song that might play in a Super Eye Patch Wolf wrestling video. Oh, I am working on a wrestling-ish video, and I'm gonna use that fucking song. God, man, I barely even took in the visuals there. I was so blown away by the music.
白正，你去看一眼。这回喜欢什么拿什么。
That's right, boys. Mondo Cool.
离开这里，去下一个记忆层。趁现在，一切都还来得及。
Sick, really sick.
你竟然选择记忆这么脆弱的东西，它们都会被时间摧毁的。
Yeah, that looks great. Sleepy Guy 22, John, I'm excited about your video about sumo. I went to see the Nagoya tournament and it was cool. Yeah, I am also very excited about my video about sumo. Gotta get the Silent Hill video done first, but yeah, I think the yeah. There's also a game called Irony that looked kind of interesting. Oh man, this looks good.
That's right, boys. Mondo Cool.
Cool, damn. I feel like, now I could be wrong here. I can't speak to what are the actual influences of this thing. It sure feels like we are starting to see the shreds of the work of the people who loved Signalis. 2027. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah, Thelodor, thank you for the super chat. John, have you watched To Be a Hero X? No, I have not. I've heard it's good though. From 2006, thank you for the subscription. CBQ3, I hate to ask you this of you, but I'm currently debating my friend why York New City is better than Chimera Ant arc. Can you help out? I think York New City is the more fun, more concise arc. I couldn't say which I think is better because I think both are achieving very different things. I do think Chimera Ant arc is the more ambitious arc. I think that York New City is more fun to me, but I think they're so different. It would really be different. If you ask me which I want to rewatch right now, I'd say York New City. But yeah, that's a tough one. Listening along while doing a grueling day of lab work for my PhD, researching ways to make cancer treatments more effective. Hell yeah, buddy. Thank you so much. Thanks for the company and entertainment. My pleasure, everyone. Thank you. Hope everyone is enjoying their... What else we got on here? One Winged Angel in Rugrats sound font.
Cherry Soda Bomber _ How current are you on the age check
HXH chapters that are releasing.
Honestly, it kind of just sounds like One Winged Angel. It kind of just sounds exactly like One Winged Angel. Yeah, it really just sounds like a PlayStation 1 sound chip. How current are you in the HXX chapters after releasing? Not that current. I had to stop reading when I got my eye surgery because reading text is still a little bit tough. But I cannot wait to catch up for it. People are telling me to keep watching. Okay. Still a banger. Still a banger. Okay. 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 That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's okay. I respect that video has game. I get it. Guys, last week we listened to Sticker Brush Symphony on here, which I'll play again, because when am I ever not gonna fucking get an opportunity to listen to that?
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Hunky Bilnier. Hey John. Just tuning in, I hope you're healing up well. What the hell are we listening to?
Thank you. That was the One Winged Angel in the Rugrats sound font. It's just it soothes. So we listened to this song last week on stream, and it actually, something interesting came out of that. Let me try it. So basically, we were listening to this song last week, and someone in the Discord linked a video talking about like this song specifically.
Mondo cool.
And talking about a different video where someone had uploaded this song to like a texture of like the brambles from Bramble Blast, so like all this kind of stuff. Like the kind of this background kind of texture. And they were talking about how like it basically became this weird thing called like an internet checkpoint, where people would go through the comments and they would all like, people would treat it as like this weird checkpoint in their lives. And so when you went to the comment section of this video, everyone was like, hey, just graduated college. And then they'd update their comment from like years before that with like a proper life update. and it was really, it's a really like interesting kind of phenomenon. I want to see if I can find. So like, I think this isn't the original one. People have started like re-uploading it, but it's kind of it's like this kind of stuff. And that's
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
It's literally like just this looped for an hour, you know? And it's like, it feels like a relatively normal video, but where it gets kind of weird is when you go down into the comments. This video has 23,000 comments, okay? Which is like a massively disproportionate for a video that's been viewed like 500,000 times. Which I know sounds like a lot, but that's way too many comments for something like that. And so you have stuff like this, just people writing like checkpoint, 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 and like basically giving all these updates about their lives. Like this one. Checkpoint. Hope you one day reach 1K on YouTube. I'm not used to opening up. And I'm so tired of this chronic depression that's ruining my life. Not to mention the generalized anxiety and this damned ADHD that so consistently keeps me from my projects. I feel like I'm going through life without making any progress, and it's pure torture. Thankfully, I still have some passions like music that I manage to hold on to, but unfortunately, that won't be enough to help me move forward in life. I hope things will get better, even though I don't really believe it. I wanted to start with a positive message and a goal because that's how I can move forward in my life, by setting a goal. So like basically this dude just like putting where they're at, but there are so many of these messages, and it's like, it's weird, you know? It's kind of interesting. At the ultimate checkpoint in life, at age 39, almost 40, I have 3 kids, a loving husband, a job I love, and the kind of people in my life that make it worth gets the points. Those younger who are struggling to imagine the next day, decade, etc., I offer this. You are not alone. No matter what happens in this life, eventually you'll find yourself in a place that makes everything worth it. I didn't get there until last year, but with all the crap I went through for many years, having all the time now when everything for some reason seems to be going well, it's like a breath of fresh air. That's all I needed, and I'm going to enjoy every moment from here. Eventually you'll get there too. It might be hard, but when you do, I hope you look back and realize the same as I did. Which is like, that's it's rare to find like genuinely like positive things on the internet, but I just thought this was like a super interesting thing. Checkpoint. I bought a new pair of boxing gloves. It's like there's just so much of this stuff. Checkpoint has been restored. We shall always cherish this. Checkpoint. I stopped my anger. That's pretty cool, you know? Checkpoint. My mentor figures are gone. I have to be the one to step up now. Man. Checkpoint. Age 18, got out of homelessness and got a PS4. A girl of my dreams. Life's good. Hope to see you all in 2024. Did they ever update? I'm 19 now and found a new girl. We've been together now for a while. Thanks for checking in. It could be better. I'm 20 now. World's going to hell, but still alive. That's the last update. Checkpoint. I fell in love. Checkpoint. I would consider myself no longer suicidal. Stay strong. It always gets better. Checkpoint. I've fallen in love and now no longer want to die. I want to live life with my beloved. Checkpoint. Going to see my psychiatrist in person for the first time since the pandemic. I don't know, like, I know some people could consider it kind of cordy, but I feel like there's something kind of, like, genuine about people kind of just kind of shouting into the void, you know, like, because that's what this stuff is. Checkpoint, I finally maked friends. I was like 8-9 years without one. I'm so happy. Update, so I think I'm in love with my friends, but I don't know how to tell her. Lol. Edit. Why with so much likes? Edit. Seriously. Okay, what happened? What happened? Man, I want to know. Checkpoint, age 16. Watching myself slowly become disabled, about to be walking with a cane as a teenager. Only recently got health insurance so I can afford to have tests done to find out what's wrong. Jesus Christ. Along with that, a plethora of rental, financial, and schooling issues, and my anxiety has got significantly worse. Despite all this, I am happy. I have never been more content in my life. I think I'm finally, for the first time in my life, truly at peace. I may be facing quite a few struggles ahead, but overall, I am happy. Checkpoint. I'm finally a game designer. Checkpoints. Going into high school with hopes of getting into art college. Crazy. Checkpoint. I found reasons to live. I mean... God damn. I think it's just kind of... It's kind of nice, you know, because there's something about, like, just seeing people be so fucking raw about this stuff. Like, I know, like, there's a chance that some people here are, like, maybe making stuff up, but I think there's so little reason to. And I think it does just speak to... Sometimes you just kind of bellow into the void a little bit, you know? First checkpoint. One of my first friends in high school just died yesterday. He was a senior. He never got to go to college or even have his own home. We don't know how yet, but he was one of the most amazing people I have ever met. I am trying not to break. I will miss you, man. I hope you are doing what you do with love up in the sky. Look, man. Poor old Taco Doggo. That's really rough.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
I'll get back to some super chats in a minute. Checkpoint, I'm a lawyer. Checkpoint, estoy empezando una nueva etapa de mi vida en la universidad. Volverá cuando me gradúe. I think this person just graduated from university. That's pretty cool. Checkpoint, I am nearly 18 and I'm scared. Life has been rough on me. From being a survivor to then being manipulated into an abusive relationship, it's been rough. However, life isn't staying bad. I met a wonderful girl who makes me laugh and always there when I need her. The only problem is that I'm afraid of losing her as she goes to college out of state. I never wanted to force her to stay with me, and so whatever decision she makes, whether to stay in a relationship with me or to go back to being friends, I will support it. Just being able to have her in my life makes me happy. I am just afraid of losing it. Man, God fucking damn it. So that's funny because, like, this dude is, or girl, I guess, I don't know, is the same age that when me and Michelle started going out. And I would say one of the first big tests I faced in my relationship with Michelle was that we went to separate colleges. And I found that so fucking difficult. I really, really struggled with that because I was so scared of losing her. And I was scared because I was insecure. You know, I didn't see, like, value in myself. And so I was like, well, why would she ever stay with me? You know? And that was really, really tough. But, you know, we actually got through it. Like, and we're still together now. And so it can happen. But 18 is a tough age to meet the love of your life because life still has so much wild shit in store for you, and you're still not the person you're going to grow into, and neither is your partner. But yeah, it can work. Are we suggesting things to watch, or are we just scooting around online? Both, buddy. We're doing both. Right here. Do you know, it's the really simple ones that kind of get me here. Like, Checkpoint, I finally stopped hating myself. There's just something like there's something kind of strong about that, right? Like, that's just kind of fucking real. I can't believe how many of these are like teenagers. Checkpoints. This is back in 2024. Yesterday I found out that someone I was close to had died. I hate this feeling. Like, you can't change anything and what's done is done. Drugs are cruel and terrible and nobody deserves to go through the pain he had. Still feel pretty numb. I've been crying all day. I've been trying to watch videos from my favorite channels to make my mind off it. I can't stop thinking about it. I feel so sick that kids have to go through the pain of losing someone no matter how. I remember him so kind and funny, and he didn't really care for school. He had so many people around him that cared for him. I've just been feeling so happy lately. I've been feeling so lucky that I forgot that sometimes there is just a bit of sadness that's always going to be there. And we can't stop that no matter what the effort we put into it. We're all going to miss you, Trafford. Fuck, man. That's really tough. Checkpoint. I'm 38 years old with a career and family, and I still feel like I'm winging it every day. Those of you who are young and wondering if you have it under control, there are plenty of people older than you wondering the same. Still doubt. Self-doubt is a part of life and proves you're human. Never stop reaching for the next level, and don't let those nagging voices in your head keep you from going for greatness. You've got this. I believe in you. Checkpoint. After feeling almost only sadness and feeling anger for the past year, if not more, I finally found things that make me happy. I felt joy for the first time in so long. Thank you to my friends and everybody I know for helping me out with this one. I'm currently working on a animated indie show called Cartoon Catastrophe. It's bringing me joy and helping me come to something. I am still a sad person, but I'm also happy without forcing myself for the first time in so long. I wonder, could we find an older one? We find one from like years and years. Oh, someone has like a playlist of it. One year ago, that's... I will switch back over to guys. Let me just... Wait, oh wait, I know this one. I've been to this one. Oh, no. It's not old enough. It's not old enough. That's only... That's good. Okay, I don't know if... No, this... No, I have a video from like 17 years ago, but it ain't a checkpoint. YouTube's search function is so fucking garbage now. Now I found a playlist. I'll open a couple of these and see if we can find a really old one. Okay, I have one from 5 years ago. 4 years ago. Let's try 5 years.
That's right, boys. Mondo Cool.
Oh man, there's so many of them. So many people. We have some suggestions from the chat. There's one nameless video with like 5 million views. Sort by old. John, how did you and FT Signifier link up? Your friendship is magical. It was literally as simple as I just like I noticed he followed me and I sent him a message being like, "Oh, hey." And then he sent me a message being like, "Hey, I've been a fan for a long time." And that was shocking to me. I was like, "What?" And that's it. Like that's literally it. Sure.
That's right, boys. Mondo Cool.
Tatashi. Been out of work for a month due to a major surgery. Your videos have been a huge comfort for me dealing with the boredom. I hope you have a speedy recovery.
Thank you, and I am very glad to hear that. I hope you have a speed. Oh, Victoron, I could not find those ones you were talking about. Random question. Why do you dislike LA Knight so much? I just don't think he's that good a wrestler, and I don't think his character is very good either. I think his character is just like a catchphrase, and that's it. Loads of people like him. He's got something, and clearly he has an audience that really gives a shit about him. I'm just not one of them, and he doesn't need that either, you know? So it's, yeah, it's, I don't enjoy him. And when I think like about like people putting like a world title on him and saying he should be champ, I'm kind of just like, yeah, but what do you do with him? Like there's not enough meat to his character to do a compelling championship run, I would argue. But people disagree. I think he's kind of good on the mic, but he says the same shit every time. Like it's the same promo every single time. Checkpoint. Right now, every once in a while, I am sick and let's check it out. Isn't it so fucking crazy that like Sticker Brush Symphony is this weirdly like uniting force in the world? You know, it and like if you ever hear David Wise talk about it, and I think I mentioned this last week as well. He's like, I don't get why people like this song, but there's always just been something like so crazy, nostalgic and sad and great about it, you know? Checkpoint. Currently 14 years old, excited to go to high school next year. 8th grade was pretty hard year for me because I lost my grandmother during the 8th grade. It was really hard on me. This really reads like a teenager wrote it. As it was the first time someone important to me died, other than my father. Oh. One of my earliest memories was being an absolute asshole to my grandmother, constantly yelling at her. Of course, I was only 3 or 4 years old, but I still feel guilty for it. The last time I saw her was summer 2022 when my father went on a trip to Vietnam. I regret not being able to spend time with her to make up for the times I wasn't able to be a good grandson to her. Grandma, I miss you. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there for you by your side in the last moments. I'm sorry for yelling at you. I wasn't able to spend much time with you, but you truly were the greatest grandma I could have asked for. I could have loved you. Oh. God damn. Look at this chill motherfucker. Checkpoint. Currently I'm 13. Life's good. Wow. Some people might not see this, so I am alone in this 17k comments buried in one another. However, the feeling that I have when I stare at the very sky that holds our world, the feeling of this seemingly darkness, circles of light making hydrogen fusion. Okay. No, too much for me. Getting a little too many notions on that one. Checkpoint. After so many years of being skinny and lazy, I finally realized the work that I have to put in to change all that. Now I've begun my journey to rid my life of the constant uncertainty of the future. Instead of always worrying about whether I'll be strong enough for the future, I should prepare for everything to improve to the point where no matter what it does have in store, I'll be disciplined and ready for it. Instead of just accepting things the way they are, I have learned to love myself, but I've learned not to love myself, but to hate the old self. Make room for the new one. Wish me luck. Yeah. That one had me up until hating the old self. I think at some point you got to be able to let that shit go. You know, you can't just like be constantly like giving yourself shit. But I still respect it. I respect the hell out of it. Checkpoint. I've been feeling super depressed lately after feeling like no one was there for me after a very close friend I lost contact with, and even after I got back I felt scared to even text her because I had all these thoughts about what if she changed into someone different and wouldn't be as close. After reading some comments on this video, I called her and we ended up talking for 3 hours and I feel much better. Thank you. Aww. Checkpoint. I decided I'm gonna live. Yes, yes, yes. High five in all seriousness. And do keep 1988 for. Yeah. Sorry, I just don't want to mention unaliving stuff too directly because YouTube's weird about that shit. Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. We should just be able to say stuff. But I also like. I don't know. Have we just all accepted that that stuff isn't cool to say on YouTube? I genuinely don't know. July 4th, 2023. I'm 18 years old, currently in college, but whenever I look at the news, I get so scared that the world is going to blow itself up before I ever have the chance to live in it. Videos like this that remind me people are still fundamentally capable of doing good just to do good, even if the good is just giving people a place to vent. Thank you for re-uploading this. Checkpoint saved. I vaguely remember my grandpa. He passed away when I was only 9. He was my favorite to talk about anything, really. I'm a long way since then, but I can still feel him watching over us from above. Checkpoint. I found a reason to keep going. Checkpoint. Chapter 1. I just turned 19. I lost my grandma due to stomach cancer, and my mother had been to the hospital. My mother had been to the hospital due to gallbladder stones, but thankfully she's fine now, and we can hopefully keep living our lives peacefully without any more losses or misfortunes. I miss you, Grandma. Thank you for being in my life this long. Checkpoint Chapter 2. After almost 3 years, I finally finished and graduated high school, and the next month I'm going to be starting this place where they will teach me how to do various things so that I can be more independent, get a job, and maybe even make some friends. But to be honest, I kind of feel skeptical about this because last time I went to these kind of places, it just didn't end up very well. But they said they'll make me work to make my dreams come true, so that gives me a bit of optimism, but I'll have to see for now. It's kind of sad because you kind of feel like the person who left the first part of this message is like a more optimistic and hopeful person than the person who left the second message, you know? And like there's a real genuine sense of like a passage of time from that. Currently 21, and I'm just starting to wrap my head around life. It feels like such a cold slap in the face if you start thinking about it. You have so many paths in life, so many choices, so many decisions you could or couldn't make that could make you happy. So many paths that society lays in front of you, but in the same breath there are so many hidden paths just waiting to be traveled down. Not all of them will be for you, as I realized my metamorphosis into a real adult, whatever the hell that is. Oh, the first line of this one is fucking devastating. Checkpoint 6th of the 8th, 2026. Darkness came back again. Thought I could stave it away for good this time. Whatever I do, whatever I try, I will never shake the crippling depression. With each passing year, I feel like less and less myself. I want to end everything with dignity, and I don't want this kind of soul erasure. I will try to fight back again and again and again, but I know one of these days I will be too tired to fight back. Oh, that's grim. That's so grim. Checkpoint. I hope that person's okay. I really, really hope that person ends up okay. Checkpoint. My life has turned around a lot, from just a dude who's always depressed and afraid to someone who's able to give it his best to help others and even be happy. I'd like to give my thanks to my friends who are always there for me while I was at my lowest. If it weren't for them, maybe it wouldn't have gotten out of my shell. Maybe I wouldn't have been here right now. I feel like that's like the direct other side of that one we just read. Man. Internet checkpoints, everybody. That is some real ass shit. But I think that's enough internet checkpointing right now. Jeez, life. It's fucking wild. It's so crazy seeing the different people and how their lives go. I think a lot of the time, like, when I think back to college and when I think back to, like, high school and stuff like that, like, there's some people lives that you can kind of, like, you see the path and you're like, yeah, that happened. Like, of course, this person's life went this way. And then there's just as many where differently to how you think it's gonna. I would like to imagine that I would be an example of that. But even then, like, there's so many people who I can think of, like, when like they were young and they were such fucking assholes and they had so many, like, problems and they own their shit and they get better and they become someone that, like, you want to be around. But then I can also think of so many people I know where it's like they just seemed like they had the world in front of them. You know, they seemed like they had every chance of just being, like, the happiest, coolest person. And then, like, this little insecurity that maybe you see, like, poke its head through, like, once on, like, a night out ever. You watch as that insecurity, like, eats their entire personality. You know what I mean? Like, just devours who they are, and that's what they become. And it's grim. It's rough. Great, came in during one of John's trademark, like, conversations I see from Demi Ogre. Yeah. Yeah. It's wild how much one thought can fester and change people over time. It really is. It really, really is. But I think like one of the most important skills people can, like, acquire is the ability to look at, like, how they're thinking and be like, oh, maybe that's not the best and I need to investigate that. Like, I guess I'm talking about, like, a kind of introspection or a kind of willingness to not just accept things the way they are. You know what I mean? I get needing to vent, but it does become a bit performative at times. Super sure if you're talking about, like, me or the people in the comments. Self-talk / shadow work. Yeah, totally. Self-talk. My streamer is bald. That's so sad. I'm not bald. Of all the things going wrong with my body, I have too much hair right now. Look, it's so fucking long right now. Look, actually, you know, check this shit. My hair is so long that I could do, like, a little, like, ponytail nearly at this point. Like, we're nearly we're nearly at ponytail length. And it might even get there. I don't know when I'm going to be able to go outside properly again. Please grow long hair, John. I don't know that I want long hair. Chat's going nuts with that. John Bun. Yeah, I guess so. John, please don't do the top knot. So the top knot would be like that kind of thing, right? Like that sort of deal. I don't think I want to do that. I think I would be up for like trying like a little cute like rear ponytail kind of thing out the back. Would be kind of nice. Holy shit, look at my fucking roots. That is wild. They're so long now. That this is not by choice. This is because I can't go to the hairdressers. No, I don't want a man bun. Do a bowl cut. Sephiroth hair, please. Bald looks good. There's not even a question on that. It's when you cling to the remaining hair, it looks bad. Yeah. I think I don't know. Like I think like getting hair plugs now is like more and more common, and I think that's okay. I think guys should be able to do that like without stigma, you know. Time for that moist critical makeover. Very lesbian. I approve. Thank you, the Wives of Anarchy. I was watching a girl recently, and she was like, "I'm gonna dress as a masked lesbian to surprise my friends," and then she like came out of her room, and she was wearing basically what I wear. I was kind of looking at it, being like, "Oh." I didn't know that's what I was doing. Why can't you go? So like basically my stamina is still completely fucked from the surgery. Like I can't tell if it's fucked from the surgery or if it's fucked from 2 weeks of lying down. But like I'm building it up. I'm like going for walks every day and like trying to walk further and further. But like I will still just get so tired. And the full cut and dye job on my hair takes like no joke like 5 hours, and I would just wither. I would fucking wither. And if you grew a beard, would you die too? Beard's not my thing.
That's right, boys. Mondo
Bro, did anyone ever tell you that you kind of look like Ryan
Perpetual Panda
Rosling?
9.
Thank you for the subscription, Perpetual Panda. Gonna lie, the color would be unique enough so John would with long hair would really stick out in a good way. See, I already stick out maybe a little more than I initially planned, and so I don't know that I want to push that. John is a masked lesbian. Not so much. Not so much. I did have a lesbian friend before who was like, you know, she was like, you know, you give off real lesbian energy, and to this day, not 100% sure how to take how to take, but you know, I'll take it. There's worse things to be for sure. Well, John, you like girls, so you're kind of a lesbian. I like boys as well, though. It's complicated. Anyway, we need long-haired John fan art. So there is a person who they had like a fan fiction universe or like a fan art universe, and it was all my OCs hanging out. So like Leslie Bestington, Zelicron the Time Wizard, Mega Die Patch Wolf, like David Tomorrow. It was all them in the same universe, and the storyline got so advanced that Mega Die Patch Wolf had long hair, so I think there is already long haired fan art that exists. Honorary lesbian. I mean, look, I have too much respect for the lesbian people to try and steal their valor. Okay. From Pinefield, my wife and I have been watching your videos for years now. You're our favorite YouTuber. We appreciate you. I hope your recovery continues to go smoothly. Awesome. Thank you so much, Pinefield. That means a lot.
Cool.
Jam Noose, good to see you back at it, John. Bring in the mustache, you coward. Never, ever, ever, ever would I do a mustache. Holy fuck no. That is the complete opposite of what I'm going for here. Is Roman Reigns overrated? I don't know. I'm not actually watching WWE. I haven't watched WWE since WrestleMania, basically. So I really cannot speak to the quality of its content. And I would also say it's okay to not watch a wrestling federation and have no opinion on it. That's where I am with WWE right now. Will you cosplay Guts? I'd love to, but it would be so much work. Like it would that's such a commitment. Are the masked lesbians not trying to dress like men on purpose? Aren't you supposed to dress like a masked lesbian? I think the answer to your question is no. I'm not an expert on it, but I think there's a couple of different overgeneralizations happening there. A different streamer I was watching earlier complimented you. A compliment! Validation! Thank you. Glad. It would look bad on you. I just... Okay. Okay. Hang on. Let's investigate. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, on the mustache here. Search. Guys, okay. I'm not trying to shame anyone. I'm just voicing my personal preference here. I don't know that I like mustaches very much. I'm sure I think people can look a certain way with them. I think it's very rare that I think a mustache makes someone hotter. And that's just me, okay? That's just so over mustaches. I was never under mustaches. I feel like I'm gonna fucking hate this. Wait, okay, let's see here. Okay, let's get it in line with my hair. You know what? Let's the levels adjust. And the saturation. Maybe hit it with another levels adjust. I mean, I look like I what I I don't know. It's, you look like the new Fire Emblem character. This makes you look more racist. Okay, let's try and finesse it here, okay? Let's really get in there and let's see if we can't make this work. Guys, I don't know. I hate this. Let's feather the edges a little bit. Oh. Ah. I feel like it. I. Oh, you need a mustache that just goes straight across. Okay, okay. I'll try and find a different mustache. Okay, here's one. I think I'm gonna hate this more. Ugh. It's actually surprisingly hard to get a decent of. Okay. Well, this looks fucking insane.
That's right, boys.
I
Mondo cool.
hate this. I hate.
Nagpierot. Okay, turtled.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Waveflower. What a stream to come back to.
John, look for a stash you can tolerate at least. This is what they all look like to me. This is every single mustache I see. Okay? Is there some like good mustache out there? I don't think so. Bald, bald, bald. No. How's the Zeppelin, John? And get the color a bit more right. That maybe a little lighter. Close enough. I hate mustaches. I absolutely hate them, and we're not ever going there again. Yeah, no, my opinion is reinforced. It's stronger. Now hear me out from Treasure Vault. Hitler ruined a lot of things, but maybe no. And I just grow it straight. Okay, we'll try one more time. I don't think this is gonna work. Ugh, I'm getting all these close-ups of mustaches. They're so gross. I think this is giving me like a phobia of mustaches. Okay, here it is, a very like normal ass mustache. I'm gonna trace it. We're following the lip line. Maybe I just can't pull them off. Maybe that's the real story here. I could never pull off a mustache in the way that men sometimes can. Trimming here, try and make it look somewhat respectable.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Giant Geo 28. John, this thought just occurred to if you were to cosplay as a Hawk from Metal Gear, you code name would Puppy Snake.
Puppy Snake? I don't understand that at all. Okay, this is probably the best. I Okay, let's thing.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Bringing that back a little. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, and I never want to do this again. We're never having this conversation again, and I don't want anyone to ever bring this up. Not in a million fucking years, okay? This is a horror show. Nightmare. Nightmare shit, everybody. Yeah, absolutely terrible. Yeah, exactly. It needs to be the color of your stubble. No, no, we're done. We're done with the mustache bit. It's never happening. I don't like it. It's disturbing and uncomfortable. He looks like a sheriff in a small town that would constantly harass people. Why is the word mustache banned? Future by Patchwolf mods. Yes, the coloring was wrong. Okay, okay, look, one more final time. I will change the coloring. I'll make it dark. This isn't going to make any difference. This looks even worse. I do not want to have this. I don't even. This is like a dude who fucking advocates for like gun laws. Okay, this is like a person who like sees the Statue of Liberty and cries. This is someone who has never added milk to their coffee. This person does not know what anime is. Put on some lipstick and you're fine. Look from Baz Jedi Master. No, I don't. I think the bigger story here is I'm not into facial hair. I just don't think it's like a look for me. I don't mind a little bit of stubble, but I just don't think that like facial hair is like a look that I want to invest in. I'm gonna advocate for voter ID laws. Nah, you can be no. I know you can be a mustached ally. I see a lot of gay dudes with mustaches. It's not. That's not a general statement on mustaches. It's a general statement on this man. Okay, that's what I'm getting at there.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
John looks 2 days away from retirement. Unlesbianified John. Oh, hey John, thanks for showing up in Times Square. No problem, Destiny D. Does he want less guns or more guns? It changes every day. This is not a person who really understands what they're about.
Mondo cool.
Hi John, thank you for keeping content human made. Your video on Hank Green helped me as I Recently found out there's an AI slap music video channel using my name when I'm an aspiring composer on YouTube. I appreciate the pushback, Simon Noir. That's a great comment. It's exciting, well thought out, and keeps things friendly. So I appreciate the feedback. Oh, I thought that was a pretty good impression of like an AI chatbot, right? I'm half Asian, so I get the long dangling Fu Manchu ends if I let it grow and curl up. Okay, the Fu Manchu, big fan. Not for me myself personally, Fu Manchu. I like that. I think that can look good. Oh, there's these. Right. Oh, someone said something about eye make, so like eyeshadow. Now, I'll wear some goddamn eyeshadow or mascara. That can look fucking great. Check this shit. Like, this is who I want to be. Okay, this is my not a fucking mustache. Okay, already that looks fucking amazing. We can agree. But you know, if we down that opacity a little bit, let's say we throw a little blur on there. And make set that to look amazing. I love it. This is who I am. This is what I want. Anyway, look, that's the last time I'm gonna Photoshop myself this stream, I promise. His eyes pop so youthful. Oh. Super Goth Patch Wolf. Absolutely. Hey John, you ever messed with Lobotomy Corporation? No, I have not, but that is one of the games I get recommended the absolute most.
Cool.
John, have you seen this game called Desktop Explorer? It's a horror puzzler, but it all happens in a Windows 98X interface. You solve puzzles, you gotta change the files name and stuff. It's rad. I have not played it, Enzo Draws. I have heard about it, and it seems cool. I might check it out at some point. Please play it.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Theodore with the super chat. With eyeshadows, you look like an Irish version of Majima. There we go, chat. Is that so hard? A genuine John compliment. Okay, was that so difficult? Thank you, Theladur. I appreciate it. Lobotomy Corporation is really good. That's all I've ever wanted to be known as, the Irish Majima. John, have you ever played any of the Xenoblade games? Been enjoying replaying 2. I played 1, I liked it, but I didn't stick with it. I never played 2, and then I played 3, and I loved 3. I didn't stick with 3, and I really, really want to go back and play it. But I thought 3 was so fucking good. Just like 3 is one of those games where it's like, oh yeah, they've made 3 of these games and they've learned to do it really, really well. And I really did enjoy playing that. Okay, guys, I can feel myself getting a little tired, so I'm going to call it for today's stream. But what say first we do some Planet Fan? Music going. Actually, I'm not gone yet. I'm not gone yet. We're gonna do a little more. Okay, we got this one from Faxon. Just a little portrait, super nice, really, really cool. Love like the harsh angles mixed with like the kind of soft. Looks deadly. Thank you so much, Faxon. This is from Skillful Ferret. This is chapter 19, some chapter 19 iPatchWolves fan art, and beautiful, beautiful job. Oh, and then smash there. Yeah, so this is from chapter 19 of the iPatchWolves comic, which is currently not available online, but we are looking to get it back up soon. So thank you so much for that. Alright. Azarian did like Crow and Wolf Monster Hunter characters. So fucking sick. And from Pop Tart Kitty, forget it, man. This wolf is whack. Got poo for brains. And that's Foxcade, Wooly, and this appears to be me. I think this is like an Adventure Time redraw, but it's super. From Bird, little eye patch wolf dude, 3D printed, super cute. From Doofdles, I think I'm punching Wooly, which goddamn right. Thank you. This is from Aaron Schmidt after the martial arts talk. Very sweet drawing. Thank you so much, Aaron. This got me. This one got me. Opia, Damage from iPatchWolves. Super sick. Thank you, Opia. They appear to be at the beach also. Very cool. Kathy, our mother and savior from the Dokapon Kingdom Let's Plays. Thank you so much, Devi. To this day, she still haunts me. And we watched that on stream before, I believe. So cool. Oppo, Pro from iPatchWolves. Very sick. Slime, thank you so much for the ghost from iPatchWolves fan art. And, you know what? I'm not going to explain this one. Sakurushi Meow Meow, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Super Foxcade. Gross. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this stream. Same time next week, and we'll be back to hopefully playing some games. Guys,